Aloha! This is lesson 68 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. Love holds no grievances. You who were created by love, like itself, can hold no grievances and know yourself. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. To hold a grievance is to see yourself as a body. To hold a grievance is to let the ego rule your mind and to condemn the body to death. Perhaps you do not yet fully realize just what holding grievances does to your mind. It seems to split you off from your source and make you unlike him. It makes you believe that he is like what you think you have become. For no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. Shut off from yourself, which remains aware of its likeness to its creator. Yourself seems to sleep, while the part of your mind that weaves illusion in its sleep appears to be awake. Can all this arise from holding grievances? Oh, yes. For he who holds grievances denies he was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? It is as sure that those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image, as it is certain that God created them like himself and defined them as part of him. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will forget who they are, as it is certain that those who forgive will remember. Would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all this were so? Perhaps you do not think you can let your grievances go. That, however, is simply a matter of motivation. Today, we will try to find out how you would feel without them. If you succeed, even by ever so little, there will never be a problem in motivation ever again. Begin today's extended practice period by searching your mind for those against whom you hold what you regard as major grievances. Some of these will be quite easy to find. Then think of the seemingly minor grievances you hold against those you like and even think you love. It will quickly become apparent that there is no one against whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This has left you alone in all the universe in your perception of yourself. Determine now to see all these people as friends. Say to them all, thinking of each one in turn as you do so, I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. Spend the remainder of the practice period trying to think of yourself as completely at peace with everyone and everything, safe in a world that protects you and loves you, and that you love in return. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over you and holding you up. Try to believe, however briefly, that nothing can harm you in any way. At the end of the practice period, tell yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. The short practice period should include a quick application of today's idea in this form. Whenever any thought of grievance arises against anyone, physically present or not, love holds no grievances. Let me not betray myself. In addition, repeat the idea several times an hour in this form. Love holds no grievances. I would wake to myself by laying all my grievances aside and awakening in him. So you can't hold anything against the world. Right now we're looking at our relationships and seeing who in our mind we make wrong. We maybe make responsible for the way we feel. responsible for the situation we seem to be in.
We seem not to like.
We seem not to like, exactly. So, knowing that in order to know what love is, the mind has to be free of grievances. And so this repeating that love holds no grievances reminds you that this is not real. This is dream. This is projection, and it is a mental attack. It's not creative. It's uncreative. That's why you could say it's wasting time. The apparent body is still apparently aging and going through time, but nothing productive is occurring because you're projecting.
And the self goes to sleep.
The self goes to sleep, right.
And that's a great explanation of how you can stay in that mesmerizing state for year after year, actually.
Yes.
It's just brutal.
Yes, it's like you go under a cloud of projection. You decide to live under a cloud of projection and you can't see reality.
And you have to be grateful for that, because when you see it, that's when you start climbing your way out.
Yeah.
And focusing on it.
Yep. You don't have to focus on the times that you were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you get this and you go, oh, I don't need to sleep anymore, you start practicing and you start going, I don't need to keep on thinking the way I've been thinking, because obviously it's not helping me, it's hurting me. So this is a whole revolution of the way you think and the things that you make meaningful to yourself that really hurt you.
And the more you perceive that hurt, it actually comes into your physical body too.
Yes.
And then you just realize, you get sensitive to it and you realize, I don't want this.
Right.
And then your vision gets stronger because you're patrolling your mind. When you feel that pain and you don't want it anymore, you start being aware of what's going on.
Right. No, well, knowing that you don't want it is the motivation. So, we're talking about motivation right now, and we're letting ourselves see what it's like to know love by releasing grievances. So it's like we get more motivated as we see the results. And first, look to your body's energy field to see the results. See how calm it is when a thought of untruth is brought to truth, and how you get relieved of heaviness and tension. That's been the biggest motivation for me. I love to live like that. Also, just, seeing the love light in all of my brothers through apparent upsets is just, it's extremely rewarding. It just feels so good. It almost feels like you escaped some kind of temptation or dodged a bullet to play into ego games, because, the feeling, the upset feeling arose and the temptation to project arose, but you just saw that hurts you, and you'd rather have the peace of God than that projection. So it's like in that moment you notice you are love, and love holds no grievances. So whatever you seem to be doing by following a projection is totally not you. Like, that isn't you.
ACIM teaches how you treat your brother is how you treat yourself.
Right.
Because when you treat your brother with even a little bit of lovelessness, you feel it in your body.
Yes.
When you start getting sensitive to it.
That's right.
I mean, maybe when you're asleep, you get fatigued and you get these things all the time that you don't realize what they are.
You blame it on everything else. You blame it on the world.
But you can notice, you start getting sensitive to your thoughts are creating that in your body. And then you go, whoa, I have the power to stop this.
Right.
And you get the lovelessness out of your system. You catch it right when it first comes up, and you say, no, thank you. And then you start to go, oh, I'm living free now.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have the Holy Spirit's thoughts to neutralize the loveless thoughts. Just bringing any loveless thought to a Holy Spirit thought, like this one, love holds no grievances. You've already learned that love created you like itself, so you're not apart from love, and love holds no grievances. So what is this that's holding grievances? It must be not you. It doesn't exist. God didn't create it. God didn't create love to hold grievances, and you're not apart from that. So it's like with reason, through learning this course, you'll just see that you don't need to be in any kind of condemnation when you can have the bliss of God right now.
Yeah, it talks about when you're asleep like that, your mind just weaves illusions.
Yep.
And you're just living in that illusory state.
That's it. And it's a sad state. It's a sad, gripping, fearful, angry state.
And then as you teach, but when you realize it, thank it for showing you.
That's right.
Be grateful, because when you're not grateful and you shame yourself, then you're back in the same loop.
Yeah, you don't want to be shaming yourself. You were totally innocent doing that. And it wasn't a real doing, it was a journey in thought. And you were totally innocent in taking that journey in thought because you thought it would bring you the love that you need and the love that you deserve. It was an insane thought, but you didn't realize it at the time. Once you realize it's an insane thought, your mind isn't wholly insane anymore. And you can use that true, sane aspect of your mind to purify the rest of it.
It's like forgiving that thought is the door out.
That's right.
Shaming that thought is the door back in.
That's right. You got it. Forgiving the shameful thought that says you shouldn't have done it, or even questioning, even evaluating yourself. I mean, it's one thing to reflect on it just so you could see how things work. Like, what are these workings, these inner workings of the mind? But using it for evaluating yourself at all is a total waste of time, and it's a step in the wrong direction.
Give it a full SpongeBob, 2 arms in the air. Thank you for seeing.
Yay. Thank you for seeing. Oh, I love you. Have a beautiful practice. A hooey ho.